Okay, continuing on now for more plurals. Now we've already done VAI and VTI, just a quick review. Apiu, apiwak. Remember, notice how when you add on an extra syllable onto the end of the word, the stress pattern changes, right? Because again, it's final and then, third from the end. So, apiu, he's sitting. Apiwak, they're sitting. Chipit, to sit down. Kapit, awakapit, that one there that's this person that's sitting, this one that's sitting. Or ogikapichik, these ones here that are sitting. Ogikapichik. And the same thing with VTI. Nishtotam, nishtotamak, nishtotamwak, nishtotam, nishtotamwak, kishkehtamwak. Then the plural. Again, I'm really just looking at third person plural now. And in conjunct, chinishtohtak, chinishtohtakik, chikshkehtahkik. Now, when it gets into the transitive verbs, transitive animate, things get a little bit different. So I'm going to start with first person, second person, third person, second person plural, first person plural, second person plural, third person plural. Anyways, I'll just go and give you all of the examples. Basically, it's like I said, you add ak to the end, but when you get into conjunct, it's not always quite as obvious. And it's not always ak, sometimes it's ik, sometimes it's ok, depending on the final consonant. So anyways, Noapamao, as I see him. I want to say I see them. Noapamawak. Now, if I want to say he sees me, it's a Noapamik. If I want to say they see me, it's Noapamikwak. Noapamikwak. It's that. So that ik, you might say it has a hidden W following it. Noapamikwak. In the same way that the Nishtohtam also has a hidden W after it. Nishtohtamwak. The exact same way. Okay, so you have Wapamikwak. Now in the conjunct, you would have, Nuapamao, Chiwapamak. The conjunct would be Chiwapamakik. Chiwapamak, that I see him. Chiwapamakik is that I see them. The same way with second person, Chiwapamat is that you see them, or Chiwapamachik is that you see them. Now look at how similar that is, right? Chiwapamachik is that they see him or her or them. And Chiwapamachik is that you see them. Okay? Now, I have to reinforce here. Remember that obviative nouns do not mark in the verb system for singular or plural, right? So you have wapameo, is he sees him or her or them. Wapameowak is they see him or her or them. So in the third person, the ak ending, the plural ending, always is referring to the subject, not the object. Whereas in all the other ones, the ak ending is referring to the object. Wapameowak is they see him, her, them. And the same in the conjunct. Chiwapamat is that he sees him or her or them. Chiwapamachik is that they see him or her or them. Okay. Now when we go to inverse, it's the exact same way. Let's start with the first person. So you say Chiwapamik, Chiwapamikwak is Chiwapamik, Chiwapamikwayan. Chiwapamit. Chiwapamit is that he sees me. Chiwapamichik is that they see me. So here it's not obviative, right? Because there's only one third person in the clause. Because the subject is first person. Chiwapamichik. Chiwapamichik is that they see me. Okay, and with the second person, right, I would say Kiwapamau, you see him. Kiwapamik, he sees you. Kiwapamigwak is they see you, or kiwapamawak is you see them. And then when it gets into conjunct, it would be chiwapamat is that you see him or her. Chiwapamachik is that you see them. Now the inverse was ishk, if you remember from the few lessons ago. Chiwapamishk is that he or she sees you. Chiwapamishkik is that they see you. Chiwapamishkik. So that is an awful lot of endings all at once. Now ways. Okay, let's see. What have I missed now? Okay. Now let's go into plurals. Let's start with kiwao. So kiwao, and okay, kiwapminawao. Kiwapaminawao is you guys, kiwao, see him or her. Kiwapminawao, kshkeminawao. Now the conjunct would be chiwapmayeg. Chiwapamayeg. Chiwapamiyeg would be that you guys see me. Chiwapamayeg is you guys see him. Chiwapamiyeg, chiwapamayeg. Again, that and the I, right? Distinguishing between the two different sets. Chiwapamayeg. Then we have the plural. When you add the plural into the end here, again, it's in the independent. It's just ak. Chiwapaminawawak. Chiwapaminawawak is Kiwapaminawawak. Kiwapaminawawak is you guys see them. Kiwapaminawawak. Kikshkeminawawak, you know him. Kshagihawawak, or Kshagihinawawak. Kshagihinawawak, you guys love them. Kinishtohtawinawak, you guys understand them. There, nishtohtaweo is he understands him or her. Remember, we have the verb nishtohtam is he understands it. For example, he understands what was said. If I want to turn it into a transitive animate verb, in this case, you add the aw to the end of the root nishtoht. So you nishtohtaweo, and you end up with nishtohtaweo and nishtohtawao. He understands him, and I understand him. So nishtohtawinnawawak. Innawao would be the ending for kiawao, and then the ak ending is to show that it's understanding them and not him or her. Now in conjunct, it would be nishtohtawayeg, nishtohtawayeg, nishtohta. Okay, let me switch here words to one. Wapamayeg, nishtohtawayeg. Yeah, nishtohtawayeg is that you guys understand him or her. Now, if I want to add in them, it was chinishtohtawayegok. Chinishtohtawayegok. Now, you wonder why it's the ok ending here instead of the ik like we've had in the other ones. And the reason is that that yeg ending is, again, it's the same sort of a KW sound, even though you don't hear it. It's an underlying W. So whenever you have that egg, the second person plural conjunct yeg or egg, whenever it's followed by something, it's going to have the I is going to be WI. It's going to change to an O. Chuapmayegok is that you guys see them. So it's I'd say it's important that you guys know them. Your neighbors. It's important that you guys know your neighbors. C'est important, or yeah, you can just say that. C'est important. Chikshkemegok ti voisin. C'est important. Chikshkemegok. C'est important. Chikshkemegok ti voisin. Or it's important to take care of your children. Or say C'est pas bon. It's not good to worry over your children too much. C'est pas bon au cham mais go tes enfants. Or tes enfants, wow. C'est pas bon, or c'est pas bon au cham. Au cham means too much. Cham nakatawe me go tes enfants, wow. It's important, it's not good to worry about your children too much. Now, you notice that nakatawe mao is I think about him. Ndoche nakatawe mao is I think about him, but it's got that ochche, like from, kind of attached to the beginning. And again, it's hard for me to actually really pin down the meaning. Maybe it's a negative thing, or maybe, I don't exactly know why. I guess what I'm saying is I don't exactly know why I put in that ochche there. I guess I worry about them because of something. Okay, maybe that's the reason. Okay, I worry about him because I think he's sick. Because he's sick. Or if I could just say is I'm thinking about him, or I'm worried about him. But is usually I'm worried about him because of something. Anyway, so c'est pas bon au cham me gok tes enfants, wow. Now tes enfants, wow, again, tes enfants could be your kids, and it could be you singular or you plural, right? But tes enfants, wow, that wow ending makes it ki wow. And again, although I say it like that and Grace says it like that, some other speakers don't say that. They would just say tes enfants, and you'd have to figure out from context if it was or vos enfants. They might say vos enfants. Yeah, so tes enfants. Now in proper French, I guess that would be vos enfants, but in Michif it'd be tes enfants, wow. Or at least as spoken in Camperville. Okay. Now, where am I getting here? Okay, egok. Now, same thing with plural, right? Chikshke migoye gok. That would be that they know you guys. Chikshke migoye gok. And it's the exact same as the, before, just adding the iko. Now, did I already cover this? I can't remember. Okay, but with the third person, it can bear repeating. There is no way to mark for a plural third person. So wapa meo is he sees him, chuapa mat, that he sees them, chuapa mego, or wapa mego is the inverse, they see him, and wapa megowak is that he or she or they see them. So them being the proximate. So the proximate is the opposite of the obviative, proximate. Okay, so there's no way to say that they see him. It would just be wapamego, and you wouldn't know if it's he sees him or they see him, with the inverse there, eh? And the same with the conjunct. Wapamat, chuapamegot, chuapamegochik. So wapamegot. Chuapamegot is the inverse of chuapamat. So moyanimiwe ten tapitaw ikanawapamat awaloma mon garçon. I don't like that my child is always watching that man, or the inverse. Moyanimiwe ten nama tahpitaw. Tahpitaw means always. Moyanimiwe ten nama tahpitaw ikanawap megot awaloma mon enfant. So awaloma, I don't like that. I don't like it that man is watching my kid. Now that man is again obviative, right? Because my kid is the person I'm thinking of, I guess. I say met ni miwe ma mon enfant. Maga moy ni miwe ten awaloma ikanawap megot mon enfant. So I really love my kid, but I don't like that man is watching my kid. Met ni miwe ma mon enfant. Maga moy ni miwe ten tapitaw kanawap megot awaloma mon enfant. On heloma mon enfant. Sorry, on heloma. Now, what else is there? Okay, kianan. Okay, I already did kiawao, now kianan. So wap kishkeminan is kianan is that we know that guy. You and I know that person, or kishkeminan. Yeah, we know that guy who is the president. We'd say kishkeminan awalom le president kayat. Kishkeminan awalom le president kayat, or kato shket, who works as the president. Now, if I want to say we know them, it would be kishkeminanak, or kishkeminanik. Wait, kishkeminanak, or kishkeminanik, chwapmananik. Man, you know what? I'm going to have to double check if it's ik or ak. I think it's ak though. Kishkeminanik, kishkeminanak. Okay, I'll just go with ak right now and I'll correct it later if I'm wrong. Kishkeminanak. Wapminanak. Now, in the inverse, it's exactly the same thing. Kishkemigonan, that he knows us. Kishkemigonanak is that they know us. And same with nianan, right? Gishkeminan, we know him, maybe you don't. Gishkeminanak is we know him, we know them. And Gishkemigonan, he knows us. Gishkemigonanak is they know us. Now the conjunct. This is where it gets tricky again. Okay, again, we know sapranchikshkemayak or sapranchikshkemayak, the short and the long vowel, right? Now, in Cree, they differentiate these ones also by which vowel follows it, like shkemayake, and shkemayako. For the but I've gotten mixed results with different Michif speakers. Some Michif speakers seem to always say "eh," like shkem, oh, we've got to know them. Pigo or sapran chikshkemaya kik, sapran chikshkemaya kik, or kianan sapran chikshkemaya kok. Whereas other speakers are sapran chikshkemaya kik and sapran chikshkemaya kik. So it's like a kick or a kick. And that's another thing that leads me to think that some speakers don't differentiate between kianan and nianan in the conjunct. But again, it could be a ke with a short vowel, or a kick or a kick. But again, I don't know. And then with the inverse, again, it's chikshke migoya kick, or chikshke migoya kick, or yeah. If you look in I think in the Frida Henekyo book that I gave you there, it should be for kianan, which would be kia, and so built off of like chiatoshke yen, or it should be built off that yen, like the short a. It should be ach and achko. So it should be, inverse should be chuab migoyachko, chuab migoyachkok. So I keep on forgetting to put the K on the end because there's another set of endings that don't use the K. Chuab migoyachkok. But again, I'm going to look this up. I think I'm going to call up Grace and double check all of these again, but I have had different results with different speakers. Okay. Is there anything else in the plural there? I don't think there is. Alright, so that is just a ton of exercises that you can do. Ideally, it would just be start making sentences with singular subjects, plural subjects, singular objects, plural objects. Do everything except for the plurals of the IU, like we guys know you guys know us, the inverse and things like that, or you and I know me, I know you and I. Some of these things, it's kind of hard to think of a situation where you'd actually use them, so I'm going to cover those in a later lesson, but I'm going to have to spend a good hour asking Grace exactly the intricacies of this, because I realized that when I documented the language first and was learning it, I didn't get this nailed down quite like I could have, and it's not quite clear either in the grammar books that I've checked. Alright, that's it for now.